As a fan, I mean, you're going to be able to go watch them?
I
cheer
think
them on
so.
a little bit?
Yeah, I talked to Jay about it yesterday. He was checking to see, just because in the past it's been like you can't go watch because that counts as like
Scouting.
scouting. Yeah, that's the word. So, but he said I should be able to go.
Well, been here before, unlike KJ. What are your expectations?
I think coming off SECs, we're trying to kind of improve, obviously, on what we did because that's not who we are. So I think this week the focus has just been getting a little bit better and preparing our minds more than our bodies, because the gymnastics is there, but we just have to kind of get our minds in the right place. So
I feel like this season's had a little bit of everything, like, and it could still, surprise us.
Yeah.
Is that kind of the idea?
yeah, I mean, I think last year was kind of crazy too, so that kind of probably prepared us for this year a little bit, but you never know what to expect. And regionals is a little bit different than in the past, so I think it's something new too.
You talk about the mental approach. Are you guys doing anything differently than you were before in terms of that?
I mean, we came in here after the meet. We had a long meeting, and we just kind of talked about like where we are mentally and like what we need to do to improve that, and like everyone has their own thing that they need to do, and so it's not just one size fits all, which is kind of what we've been doing. But I think just getting everyone into their own mental space where they need to be, so they can do their best, is what we're focusing on this week.
How did you use the last week in terms of recovery, healing, mental preparation? What's changed since the day you saw your name on the TV?
Yeah, I think mentally, I'm extremely hard on myself. So the past week I've just been trying to get numbers in, but also taking care of my body, just because it is getting to the end of the season and everyone's hurting, and so you have to be careful, but also for me, mentally, I need to do more gymnastics, and so that's one thing that I've been trying to balance this week, is just getting the numbers in that I know I need, but also resting my body.
Is this weird? Is this year more different because you guys are so old? Like, are you mentally fatigued? I mean, like.
I think mentally, no, but my body is definitely tired and hurting. But I think mentally, like, I would love to do gymnastics forever, and so that's one thing that keeps me going. Like, that's probably one of the only reasons that I'm here right now, besides my teammates. But yeah, if it was up to my body, I would not be doing this still.
Do you also like the fact that, like, there's not a lot of expectations on
Yeah.
you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good thing. I think one thing last week was we did put a lot of expectations on ourselves. And that's not always a bad thing, but I think when you try to live up to it and be perfect, that kind of doesn't end the way that you want it to, which is what we saw last week. And so I think this week we're just trying to improve and like not have all those expectations on ourselves.
So much of how this team goes kind of is dictated by how you do. Yeah, the pressure, right? I mean, is that something, just a mantle that you have to wear when you're as experienced as you are and kind of tone setter that you are?
I mean, I think experience definitely helps, but I mean, there's a reason that there's 21 of us, and like everyone has to do their job, and so obviously you don't want to let your teammates down, and like when you do make a mistake, that does feel like you let them down. But there's a reason that 5 scores count, not 6, and so I think it's just important to remember that.
Everyone has talked about just how much you guys value each other as teammates. Just how important is that to you, and what's so special about you guys as a whole?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think just like even across the country, like one of the main reasons that people come here is because they know like the love that we have for each other and like the culture that we have here. And so I think, like I just said, one of the main reasons I came back was for that, just because it's like they're my sisters. Like I wouldn't want to go through this with anyone else, and like when you're out there, you're doing it for them, and so it's hard to like do that if you don't have the trust and like respect for them that we have. So.
What about KJ's season? I thought it was funny because like when I saw her, she seemed like so fierce, but like she's really scared. It seems like a lot of times.
Yeah, but you would never know.
Yeah.
No, I think she's very, very mature for being a freshman. at least she competes that way, and I think she's awesome. She is very fierce, but she also is funny and like very outgoing, and she's awesome. But when it's her time to go, she's ready to go.
Is that a deal when she gets that confidence and maybe that experience and she's just gonna be lights out?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Sammy, like I asked KJ, y'all had the great scores this year. Y'all know what you can do, and what you can do is very, very good. It's just everything's about consistency this
Yeah.
weekend. And you got to hit twice.
Yeah.
You know, how do you get to that place where you can do that?
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, I think the gymnastics is there. It's been there all year. That's not the concern. Like, I think we know and everyone else knows that we have the best gymnastics. And so I think it's just been mentally preparing ourselves. 2 days back to back is hard enough, but if you're not in the right mindset, it just makes it that much harder to get where you need to be. And so I think that's going to be the main challenge.
Is the purple zone still up there?
It is, yeah. We talk about that all the time.
Are you kind of glad that your mom's team was there, but they're not in the same session? Is that kind of good that you're
Yeah.
not looking over there?
Yeah. Yeah, she was like, I don't know if it's better that I'm not in the same session or if I want to be in the same one, but I think it'll be cool to be able to watch her and then she'll get to watch me too. So
Yeah.